All right, welcome back. Winter is setting in. Dark Wallow Lake is where we're at. Having recently checked the tackle store and the gas station, there is no fishing rod in sight, which is really what I'm after being here. I would like to set up sort of a temporary camp and try and stock our freezer with some fish. So, I think the goal here is to park up at this temporary campsite that I've got in mind, which is just over here somewhere. And then we'll go clear some of the luxury housing in search of the campsite. Sorry, in search of a fishing rod. I'm wondering if that's the path there. Yeah, it is. Might have to clear a couple of trees to get the truck through there. But to be honest, I could probably just leave the truck here. I didn't actually check out the trailer. There were a lot of zombies there last time. Might as well go and have a look. How's the shaggy carpeting in the back of the truck coming along? You know, not too bad, not too bad. The love rug. Alright, we really gotta watch our backs around here because of all the excess trees that they can hide behind. But this fencing is beneficial. There's got to be a couple more. There were quite a few here last time. Yep. Oh, come on, really? I'd really like to see their tracking improved on stuff like that. Like, it makes no sense. Like, I grant that it's not like a huge issue, but it makes no sense that they attach to like a window when there's a big hole right next to it, you know? Unlabeled can of food. I'm sure it's fine. It's a can of food. That's the first can of food I've found in freaking ages. Go. I did put that in my bag, right? Yeah. Okay. Just checking to see if, you know, there's a chance that there might be a fishing rod in here, but sadly not to be. Not to be. Okay. So then that basically means we've got to go to these luxury houses. My thinking is that this lake down here would make for like really good fishing. But without a fishing rod is pointless. We have everything else we need except for a fishing rod. Why can't I access the trunk? Weird. No skills to craft one? No, we need a recipe magazine that we don't have. So there is a craft for a fishing rod. But as you can see here, you need to learn the recipe, which we don't have for either. This is build 42, PFG. And we're running the RV interior mod. Exclamation mark mods. Right, so that's the guest house. We don't want to go that way because that place is going to be absolutely packed. We're going to keep going past, and then we're going to look for these, like, luxury lakeside houses. My thinking being that, you know, one of these lakeside houses must have, surely, a fishing rod. Right? Of course, there is no guarantee, but... had a bug where I had to restart the game to access the trunk? Okay. Thankfully, there's nothing I need in there, so... I was just gonna dump some loot. I don't need anything from there. Worst case scenario, I'm trying to think like where we would go. I don't think March Ridge has anything that would help us. I think we'd have to go on quite a long drive to find like another hunting store of any kind. This place. Very small house. It's just the first one. Yeah. There might be a couple more. There might be like one up here. I should also probably do some foraging around these places too. If you come across like some bait or... They're in an urban area, which means we could find all sorts of stuff, to be honest. It does help us track these things on the floor. See, like that one's foraging. Well, it's raining, so maybe, just maybe, this will help clear away some of the snow. What up, Karai? How you doing? Good to see a bunch of you guys coming back from recent days. It's very, Oh, is this uncooked? We didn't cook this roast? Huh. Very cool to know that, you know, you guys have enjoyed it enough to stop by for another stream, so thank you for that. Real quick, I gotta go cook this thing. I wonder if that means I ate part of it when it was uncooked. All the ingredients were cooked before I put them in there, so almost. Unlabeled can of food. We'll see what that does later. Right, we need to continue reading while we're cooking. Just skip some time here. In answer to your question, Grand, yes, you've been senile, my friend. Rusty, hello. Welcome back, my friend. 27 months. One of our, I think, I know I say this every time, but I think the only one of our sort of like founding subscribers that actually returns to the stream. So good to see you, bud. All good, thank you. All good here. Yo, what up, Louise? What up, Paul? All of that snow has washed away. We skipped time. I think we were in the RV for about like 3 or 4 hours there, and all the snow's just been washed away by the rain. Happy Friday. The sun is out. The sun is indeed out. Is it Friday today? Hold on. Holy shit, it is Friday today. I thought it was Thursday. You shouldn't drink that much, Duck. No, don't worry. I've not been drinking. I'm just stupid. Okay, we've got a rubber hose already. Already got a box of garbage bags. Ooh, first aid kit. Found through foraging. What's in it? Anything? No. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll take it. I can use that as a medical container for the inside of the RV. This is why we use foraging, chat. Never know what you might find. Last day in my current role, start a new job on Monday. Heck yeah, Paul. What are you, is it with the same place, or are you moving on to like somewhere new, or? Really? Come on, man. That's what I mean by like the zombie tracking needs improving. Just open the window for him and he walks over to the door. Like a cat. Ooh. No signs of fishing rods as of yet. Probably better off checking the upstairs wardrobes and stuff. Had that happen a few times too. Feels like the zombies just may not be that smart. Definitely. Oh, the Frank has just woken up from a dream. He just did a big ol' sort of like snorty whimper sort of thing and then woke himself up. I was just saying during the intro for the people that were here that we've been doing some separation training with him today and yesterday, and he's done really, really, really well. Which is great. So pretty much I can now leave him on his own for a little bit without having to worry. He went, we built up to it gradually, but he was by himself for an hour today and was really well behaved, didn't cry or anything like that, and just went and settled down and a little snooze. So that's good. A marked improvement from him whining and crying and howling as soon as I left the house. He's a good egg and he's learning. Same employer, different office, going to be teaching basic digital skills to staff. Oh, Paul, you're going to come out with some real stories from that, mate. Having done digital work in the NHS, I wasn't even like an IT person. I was customers, as you know, right? I say customers. You know what I mean. General public, not colleagues. I wasn't IT support. And I got roped into everything under the sun by people that had no idea how to do really basic stuff on their computers. I didn't mind, but you come out with some interesting stories of people that don't know how to like do such simple things like take a screenshot or Google something. And the amount of people that are like, "Oh, is this email legitimate?" And it's from bloody Prince Naru in Nigeria, your long distant unknown cousin. There was some very very funny times. Which, by the way, learning to take a screenshot on your PC, the Project Zomboid community could do with learning that. The amount of people that post stuff in our Discord that's taken on their phone of their computer screen is ridiculous. It's 2025. We have the technology, chat. There was a really funny Reddit thread that was basically just full of people taking Project Zomboid screenshots in increasingly stupid ways because the community is so known for it. Like, the Project Zomboid community in general is known for just like not understanding what print screen is. And there was a whole like freaking Reddit thread of like some hilarious quote unquote screenshots. See if I can find it here in a minute. If anybody can dig up that Reddit thread, I will love you, because it means I don't have to go and do it. There's a Project Zomboid Reddit thread on, like, that I can't remember what it was. It was like stuff like, oh, you know, what do you guys think of my safe house, or whatever. And it was just like taken a PC in a basement, right? A whole desk setup in a basement, but it was taken from the outside window looking down into the basement. It's just, how old is the thread? I mean, it's got to be like a year old probably at this point, if not more. It was one that like somebody had taken a screenshot, and they were holding their laptop, right, taking a picture of it with their phone, but they were holding the laptop with their feet. It's just so stupid. What do you guys think of my safe house? It just got increasingly ridiculous. Everybody one-upping each other. I used to use screenshot or snapshot so I can crop out just what I want. You can do that anyway. Shift print screen S. Right? We're doing it live. Shift print screen S allows you to take a snapshot. Like, you just click and drag. Sorry if that messed up stream there for a second. But yeah, try it. And then you just control V, just paste. I used to do the same. I used to use a program called Piazzo to do it, and then like one of my friends long ago was like, "Oh yeah, you don't need that. Just shift Windows S." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then, you know, there's one less program on my PC. All right, let's see what this house has for us. Excuse me, sir. Coming through. Thank you. We do need a Reddit archaeologist. That's like, it's one of the funniest threads that the Project Zomboid community has ever seen on Reddit, and it was so good. Hello. Oh! That was close. We're good. I think she knocked my hat off. That was very close. Damn, our hair is like grown. Look at that. I am unshorn. Maybe need to find like a razor or some scissors. I think we have some scissors actually back in the truck. Give ourselves a little trim up. Like golf cap. Cute. Dead rat, rotten. Don't want that. Welding torch. Dude. This is rough. We're not finding anything that I need. I just want me a fishing rod. I can steal the sink. Finally get a sink plumbed in. I've been meaning to do that for a little while. Let's do that. We need to go get a wrench or a pipe wrench from the truck. Let's finish searching the house first. We'll go back. Am I getting blapped if I post a link? No. No, you won't. You won't. The stupidest advanced question I had was a guy who wanted RS-232 connection on his modem because that was what his computer used. This was in 2008. So not that outdated by then, but still 20 kilobits is the max for that connector on an ADSL connection of several megs down. Nice. That was certainly one of them. Grand. That was certainly one of them. Maybe it was just everybody was posting separate posts of that stuff. But there was a lot more than that. I'm just seeing if I can quickly find another one, but it's not looking likely. It was like, maybe it wasn't a whole thread, maybe they were all posted separately, I don't know. Probably a flood of posts in the same vein around the same time, yeah. Probably. But Squillis. Give me a fishing rod. My kingdom for a fishing rod. There's a bath. Okay, I thought it was a shelf. Keyring. Swimsuit. Okay. Half decent weapon. A half decent crowbar. One of the best. In the cabinets. Nothing. Okay. Nothing. Alrighty. You have a kingdom? Listen, there's a lot you don't know about me, alright? I could have a kingdom. An army even, yeah. I wanted to check if I don't have like a magazine, the crafting recipe. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Okay, where was the pipe wrench? So we had a pipe wrench. Okay, let's use home inventory to have a look. Wrench. We don't have a wrench. Interesting. I could have sworn we had one. I've definitely passed a couple up. Well, onwards then, I suppose. On to the next. Whatever kingdom you had, you'd give to Frank. I would. We would give Frank the world, if it were but mine to give. An army of Franks that farts occasionally. If it was an army of Franks, it would not be occasionally. Last stream, he managed to pull off a fart every 15 minutes. So, like... I think he knows, honestly. Like, I think he knows when I'm streaming. Because, like, he will... The morning, he'll be fine. And then when it gets around to, like, sort of, like, stream time... he'll just start farting it up a storm. It's a cool house. Big one. Yeast. Not bad. Alright, let's grab the yeast. Yeast on the floor. And next time I do this kind of playthrough, one thing that I might need to reduce is the amount of ransacked houses. Because so much time has passed, it feels like there's a lot of these like ransacked houses. Rotten fish. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think we can use that in bait. Like, even though it's rotten, I think we can use that as bait for fishing. I'm not 100%, but I'm gonna take it. Because if we can, it would be very, very useful indeed. He does it for the content? You think so? Get this propane tank. Could use one of those to restock our welding torches if and when we need them. Both of my forearms are completely covered in poison ivy. Oh man, how did that happen, Squillis? Thank you for the follow there, Shotgun. Hello, upstairs in this place? Am I blind? Oh, there he is. There's just nothing. Hang on. World Trade and TV Monthly. Had to remove a bunch of poison ivy from a hedge. I even sprayed my arms down with isopropyl alcohol, but it didn't take all the oils off. Ugh. Unfortunate, sir. Unfortunate indeed. Sorry to hear that. Are you going to be playing Jump Space, Squillis? We're going to be streaming it later today. Ooh, box of screws. Streamer, please hydrate, from Captain Dante. Whoop. My drink stuck to the coaster. Alright, Frank, don't worry. It was just me. The goof. Yeah. What have you got? Is it your ball? You want to show chat your ball? Yeah? Get it then. Hang on, chat. Frank has something to show you. 1 second. Wait. Show them then. What have you got? Is it your ball? What you got? Huh? Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, no. Oh. Oh, sorry, wire in the camera. You're a very sweet boy, aren't you? Yeah. What are you doing? Why are you going under the chair for? That's Maggie. On out from under the. He's a good boy. He just wants all the love. Oh yeah. He just wants all the love. Yeah. He holds the ball like all the time, chat. It's like it's his thing. I'm convinced there's some emotional like there's an emotional aspect. It's definitely an emotional support ball, yeah. Isn't it? You love your ball, don't you? Yeah, you're a very good boy. He's, he's so cute, dude. I love when he does this. Him sitting down and looking up at you like he does is just so cute. He's just the best, dude. Oh yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I love you too, Frank. I don't know if you guys can see it, but some of the stitching on his nose is coming out now. So where he's had his surgery, his stitching's like basically hanging on by a thread now, which is good, really. But it's leaving a part of his nose a little bit sore at the minute, a little bit fresh. Yeah, nah. He's a good boy. You say hi. Look at him. He's doing the thing where he sits with his legs between. Oh, I love how like he has his back legs between his front legs. He's so cute, dude. He's so cute. Well loved, aren't you, buddy? Huh? Well loved. Yeah, boy. Your ball then. That's it from Frank today. Back to ball. Ball is life. All his life for Frank. Ah, he's a good egg. He's having thoughts. Whoa, I don't know about that. Hold your horses there. Thoughts are beyond Frank's pay grade. Hanging on by a thread. Quite literally, yes. I'm glad you picked up on that, Grand. Yeah, his what the stitching in like one of his nostrils is basically all but come out. Which is really good to see. Really good to see him healing up. Okay, propane tank. You can go ahead and place this, I think. And then maybe we place the first aid kit as well. Like next to the TV. Probably need to think about making another meal before we sleep as well. We still got a couple of chicken fillets and a couple of chicken wangs. Let's cook all of the chicken, and then we can maybe make the chicken wings into like little snacks. Then we'll do another roast. 2 cabbages, set of carrots. I don't know if tomatoes go into a roast, but we'll try. And some soybeans. Hey, yo, is this the real nuclear waterfowl? His evil cousin. Then we've got the rotten fish. I'm probably just going to keep in my bag because I don't necessarily just want to get it confused with everything else I've got. I'm probably going to trash this. Spawn. And all messed up. I think we need to turn one of these into a weapon box. This one. Getting too many weapons now. With a rotten fish in your inventory, you should scare even the Zeds away. Ba-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Okay, here's soybeans. Gonna get cooked. Oh, Frank, you stinker. Is that it again? Ooh, that's a pretty good one, actually. Look at that. We'll eat the rest of the chicken fillet. Then we've got another one that we can use for another meal later. And we've got a couple of chicken wings that I'm gonna snack on, I think. And then by the time this is done, I think we'll be ready to sleep. Or close to. 71 hunger reduction. Hell yeah, brother. But we're gonna throw this in the freezer. And we're gonna focus on eating the chicken wings. I want to try and put on some weight this next couple days if we can, but losing it at rapid pace. You still have a little bit of time. Carefully driving along this road because of those ninja trees. Is the next one. This angled flashlight is great, by the way. Things are sick. Too many weapons talk about first world apocalypse problems. Yeah. Let's see if I can just grab a couple of them. Does make me wonder, actually, if we went by Dark Wallow Resort. I was thinking, like, okay, Dark Wallow Resort's probably going to be, like, really risky because there's going to be a lot of zombies. But there's a beach, like, outside of it with a bunch of, like, sun lounges and stuff like that. I wonder if potentially in that area there might even be fishing rods that spawn on the ground, like part of ground clutter. Might be able to find a fishing rod there. It is like a lakeside resort, so wouldn't think it's impossible. Wonder if you can forage for trash near a river or a lake to get one. Yeah, we've been foraging in these houses as we go. But yeah, maybe like along the banks of a river. Who knows? It's the only real thing that's holding us back. Because what we need to put on weight and solve our calorie problem is meat, essentially. And one of the best ways to get that is going to be fishing. We do have a cage trap So I guess the alternative is we place like a trap somewhere around where we are now and then drive back up to the campsite and just come and check on it in the morning. Because cage traps have pretty good chances. Canned chili's huge. What's the difference between an unlabeled can of food and a dented one in terms of gameplay mechanics, chat? I had to finish that there because I realized if I'd have just said without the gameplay mechanics bit at the end, one of you would have said, well, one's dented and the other one isn't. Because you're all really, really clever. Botulism. You know DayZ, have you ever played it before? Yeah. Not really my kind of game, unfortunately. Aside from the fact it's got zombies, this is really it. Main thing for me is it's just like it's got no it's got no like actual content to it, in my opinion. It's basically just a PvP loot simulator. And then like, yeah, okay, you can fight to survive against the winter and whatever, and it's like, okay, but like what meaningful goals do I have? I don't know, there's no meaningful like progression in the game or anything like that. It's just not for me. It's more open-ended. I think they are a good example in my mind of a studio that uses like open world sandbox as an excuse to not put content in their game. And the crazy thing is, once upon a time, I actually liked it, because it was like that was like the era that people were moving to PC for gaming like more regularly, and at the time it was like one of the best survival games available. And I feel like we've grown since then and come up with better things. Way to ruin the message I was typing, Duck. Sorry, dude. I knew what you were gonna say. I knew you were gonna try and be a smart ass, so had to beat you to it. Oh, boys. Correction fluid. Hell yeah, brother. Staying school, kids. And here a zombie. There she is. Come on, fishing rod. Why are there just a bunch of empty bottles up here? Who does this? Why? There's no reason for that. Stupid. Just looking at Steam games I want to buy, and as of now, I don't feel anything is worth buying. So later today we're playing Jump Space. I played that as a demo in its like when it was a demo stage, and that game is amazing. If you've got some friends to play with, I think that's the big caveat for a game like that, is you need to sort of like play it as a group. That's incredible. If you're looking for survival games, Grand's got it. We've recently played Abiotic Factor, and it is very affordable for the type of game that it is, and will keep you busy for hours, dude. That game is a masterpiece of a survival game. If it's survival games you're looking for, Abiotic Factor is incredible, and it's so underrated. if you're looking for a zombie survival game, may I suggest Terminus Zombie Survivors. That's one we've played on the stream before. I've done a couple of sponsorships with them in the past, but they are like, don't let that speak for why I was recommending it. It is a really, really good game. Another one that is very highly rated, but like doesn't have like a huge amount of players. Terminus Zombie Survivors was awesome. Can recommend. So there's a couple of options. Oh, did I not use all the cabbage? Didn't use all of anything. It's alright, I'll eat it in the morning. You put a cow in the trailer? No. Sadly not. Got a cold, so I'm going to have to catch you later and rest. No worries, my friend. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you for stopping in anyway. Wait. Chicken wangs. Down to 75 weight, which means one more, and I think we go underweight at that point. So I think we need to try and eat some high calorie foods. So let's grab one of these bags of chips. They have like 720 calories. We do have chili, we have beans, neither of which are particularly unlabeled kind of food. I really want to open this just because, like, I want to know. I want to know what's in this. Abiotic factor, Greggy. Abiotic factor, great game. Canned tomato. Oh, okay. It's like you don't know until you open it, right? Well, we have another empty pan here. Let's make another roast just so we're not wasting this food I'm opening. And we can use the other chicken fillet as well. I'm gonna open the other can too. Again, just sort of in the hopes, what I'm trying to do here is find some high calorie stuff. There's a dented can. Canned corn stale. Can be used as a fishing lure. That'd be great if I had if I had the right thing for it. Right. Let's use the cooking menu. We're gonna add the canned corn. We're gonna add the canned tomato. I need to warm that up. Ramen noodles. You can add peanuts. I don't know why. Peanuts would be pretty high in calories, right? If this was anything like real life. Why not? Yeah, I suppose. Peanuts are pretty high in calories, right? I feel like a lot of like nuts in general are high calories, aren't they? I'm into anything, honestly. I just want somebody to replace my Far Cry series because I played it many times and sometimes I do it for achievements. I mean, Abiotic Factor will give you a shitload of playtime. It can be played single player or with a group of up to 6 people. So I'd say that is a really good recommendation. Jump Space is a new one that's like a lot of fun in co-op, but I don't know if I'd recommend it for people playing solo. And think what else. Terminus is great if you're just looking for like a zombie game. But it might... I would say Terminus is a good one because you can replay it. It's a roguelike. So what that means is, similar to Project Zomboid, there are a bunch of occupations. You pick like a job that your character had. And they come with different like traits and skills associated to that job. And your goal is to escape the zombie apocalypse. But you have like an easier escape, which is to try and make it to Terminus. Or you can do like, oh, I want to learn to repair this boat and then like do this quest to get the boat up and running. Or you can try and get to like this research facility and manufacture a vaccine. And the game gets easier as you play because you gain extra trait points to apply to these other classes, and you unlock more classes as you go. So it's a roguelike in the sense that you have a multitude of ways to complete the game, and you can do so on lots of different characters. So that's good. And they just released their DLC recently, which we did a sponsored video for if you're interested. Other games. I've seen a lot of people playing Kenshi again recently. It's one that I've bought and have been meaning to play for like years now and just haven't got around to it. Thank you, Jay Bishop. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for stopping in. Abiotic Factor seems nice. We sank hours into that game. The new Dying Light came out. Oh, did it really? That's expensive, though. It's expensive, though. I don't know if I'm going to be playing the new Dying Light. I hope it goes well for them. But I don't think the second one was really like anywhere near as good as the first. And it's not that I think it's a bad game. It's just like the second one wasn't as good to me in a lot of ways. And I was just like, okay, I'm not going to pay like full pricing for the next one until like, you know, I see what people think of it. Sweet. 80. Vegetable, peanut, and chicken fillet roast. Oh, we have a spoon now, so we're going to eat with that. Look, I picked up a spoon earlier. I don't actually know if having a spoon actually does anything other than change the animation. Because that's a little known kind of Easter egg. Is it changes the animation for your eating if you have a cooking, like an eating utensil. I don't know if it actually does anything though, like functionally, other than that. Some people I've heard have said in the past that like it increases the amount of like unhappiness you lose by like a very, very small amount, but I do wonder like how much of that is true or whether it's just one of those like easy rumors, because there are so many like little rumors that get passed around. Most famous one being like, oh, you have a chance to survive a bite, but it's only like a 1% chance, so like very few people ever do it. And it's like, no, there's no chance to survive a bite. You are infected if you're bitten. The wiki says it doesn't. Okay. We should do like a Mythbusters, but for Project Zomboid one of these days. Like I did a video once upon a time that was like hidden features. I was thinking about doing Easter eggs and pop culture references, like all of the Easter eggs, like in Project Zomboid sort of thing. I wonder, like, maybe we could do like a myth busting one. Like, is that it? Hang on, have I gone through all the houses now? Oh my god, that's it. That's all of them. Well, shit. There are some smaller houses sort of on the other side of the lake. Um, all right, we're pulling up the map. Oh, brilliant. Good news, chat. Um, good news. New video is going to be up tonight on the main channel. The sponsored segment we had in this one has been approved. So there will be a new video up tonight. Let me just set that real quick. And our next week's video is actually already in editing as well. So we should be on. You guys are going to love this next video, by the way. We did a survey on whether people actually like Build 42, and we had like I think we had close to 600 responses. It was really, really, really good. Really sort of like interesting, like polling of the community. Right. So that's set for later. Cool. Let's have a look at this map. See where we are. The first time I played PC, I didn't know I'm infected, but I keep on going to the point of panicking because my health is declining. Oh yeah, everybody's been there, dude. Everybody's been there. Don't worry. What about this? This is across. This could work. This is across the lake, chat. It's like a little campsite. We might find some fishing supplies in some of these cabins, maybe. This is around the other side. So this is the big resort, right? This is the resort. And along here, there's a little beach. And then you have like these small cabins. And I think there are like some sun lounges on this beach, if I remember rightly. And then over here, we've got the campsite. And I'm wondering if maybe the campsite might have the chance of spawning a fishing rod. Because what are our other options? I mean, Irvington's up the way. But I don't know if there's any actual, like, fishing places. Like a hunting store or... gas station, VHS, metal, post office, grocery store, restaurant, pharmacy... hardware store. Maybe? Okay, a hardware store might... possibly. There's also a sports store down there. A sports store also might do it. How many Zeds are in the resort? Like 1,000? I have no idea, dude. Storage units as well. Okay, so there are 2 or 3 locations in Irvington that might do it. There's a warehouse here, which again, depending on what's in the warehouse, there might be a fishing rod in there. So let's try having a look. We're gonna start off by having a look at the campsite around the other side of the lake. I think that's a good place to start, at least. Let's do that. Right. we go. Storage in West Point is 100% having have a fishing rod. Yeah, but West Point's a long drive away from here. So I think if we try Irvington, the storage facility could definitely be on the list there. Like the storage bins. We're still losing weight. Let's try and put some calories on. Have a pack of crisps. Still losing weight. Is every place looted with the 10 years later mod? So, not necessarily with the 10 years later mod, but we've got a lot of loot dialed back to either extremely rare or incredibly rare. So, crucially, the non-perishable food is incredibly rare. So that's like our main challenge in this playthrough, is finding non-perishable food supplies. Literature is also incredibly rare, and I think everything else, I think firearms as well might have been set to incredibly rare. Everything else is on extremely rare. I'm just literally just on an off chance here. I'm gonna have a little bit of forage around the edge of this lake. I doubt we're gonna find a fishing rod, but who knows what we find. I have a little forage. Hello there, Duck. What's going on in the pond? Not much, brother. Thank you for asking. Day is good. It is a good Friday. Playing some PZ. Had a bit of a busy morning. We're going to be doing some jump space here with the boys shortly. Did you check the shops near Coalfield? I think we did, because there was a hunting supply store there. I think we checked that. It is indeed a good Friday. Yep, can't complain. I gotta decide what I'm doing for food tonight. I'm not really sure, chat. Berries. Berries wild. Unknown. I'm not gonna risk those. We have no idea. Lots of hemp. Look at all this stuff. Finding all sorts. I don't really need any of this, but it is giving us XP. We're almost level 2. If farming is not that doo-doo in build 42, maybe in this type of run it can be helpful. Well, that's the thing, is I wouldn't know. I can't settle anywhere, so I can't really do any farming. Like, the whole point is staying on the move, right? And it is doo-doo in 42, you're right. I definitely support the idea of the farming seasons kind of being an optional setting. I don't necessarily think it needs to be in vanilla setup, personally. Yeah, greenhouses would be cool. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is greenhouses are actually a thing. Just as you walk around, you find greenhouses with plants, but I don't think you can actually... You can't actually set one up yourself, right? Doesn't work. I don't think. If you get berry knowledge, XP or book, do those berries in your inventory get identified? Yeah. Seasons are still affecting plants in greenhouses, so it's pointless. Yeah. Especially since, like, now on a lot of the sort of like on the map, a lot of the farms and stuff have like pre-planted crops that have already grown, which ooh, I understand from a realism point of view, but I'm gonna be honest, it does seem like a very odd decision from a balancing perspective. Is that fair for me to say? Like, because all you need is to come across one of those farms and your freezer's stocked. I suppose with the new calorie system, though, they don't make much of a difference. Like, crops are not as powerful, which then raises the question of, okay, well, why have farming at all at that point? I guess I feel like maybe there's a little bit of conflict between the farming system on like what's actually beneficial to the character and what's too powerful, you know? I'm sure that's not like you were given a gun and ammo at the start for testing. What do you mean, like the crops all being pre-planted and stuff? I don't think so, because there were areas of the vanilla map that have always been like that. There were just less of them, and now there are like a few more in the newer sections of the map, so they're a bit more common now. So they always had them before. They just weren't as common. And they act much in the same way. I feel like it would just be a little bit better if maybe those pre-planted ones kind of rotted away a bit quicker. So it was more like, oh, if you act quickly, you can get to one of these farms within like a couple of days. But maybe after a couple of days of like not being tended to, they start to rot away, you know? Just as a thought. It's one of those things, I understand it from a realism perspective, but like from a balancing perspective, it's way too easy to stop your freezer from them. Be cool as a mod. Seems there used to be some mod for greenhouses. Yeah, there did. Remember those. Yeah, we're hoping for fishing rod. I mean, you could be right, Jacqueline, but yeah, based on the fact that there were some already that function that way, don't think so. But even if it is that way for testing, it still needs to, like, we still need to give feedback on it. So skeleton. Skeleton. What up, Rye? Good evening, sir. You're just in time to catch the maiden voyage of Duck Space 9 here shortly. Gonna be doing some jump ship. And our ship is called Duck Space 9. Well, that's a lot of zombies. Thank you for the follow there, Brunox. Day, KSNVB, Lady Koshka, NT Morg. Thank you, guys. Duck Go Space, yeah. Duck Go Space. Alright, this is the main building. Ooh. Water dispenser. How much is in it? Not a huge amount. Yeah, the reason I found out this awesome game, I watched your videos for a while now. Keep going, mate. Thank you, bud. I appreciate that. Glad you enjoyed the videos. We have a new video going out on the main channel tonight in, what, like just over 3 hours time? I think I have a feeling it's going to be one like a big one, because it's a discussion topic video, and you guys tend to really enjoy those, where it's like a sort of a meaningful dissection of public opinion or like critique. Bucket. Don't have a bucket. Yeah, we asked the community various questions on how they actually felt about Build 42, like specific features, to try and identify, do people, like, on average, do players actually like the game, like the update? And it was very interesting, like the survey and the results. Uh-oh. Okay, that gunshot might draw that horde that was lurking around nearby. What up, Onyx? I'm good, dude. Thank you for asking. I hope you're well too. Ooh, storage shelves. Alright, that's where I'm going. First room. Pipe wrench. We needed one of those. That's not terrible. We can plumb in a sink now. Welding rods. And not very many of them. Sadly, no fishing rod. Still. Still no fishing rod. Still waiting for multiplayer to be part of Build 42 to start a game. Yeah, fair enough. A lot of people are. A lot of people are. Any idea when it's coming? Nope. Project Zomboid developers do not give release dates for updates. Anything that anybody tells you is nothing more than speculation at best. I'll read this. Oh, thanks, Pablo. Appreciate that, bud. Hope you're well. Thank you for the sub, dude. Appreciate that. Can we get some Mr. MrAtomicDucks in the chat, please? But I thought you work for them. Stop it. Stop it. The amount of people that like put stuff like that in my YouTube comments that are like, build 42 when? Like, think that I have any idea, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, Thank you guys. I love these, by the way. This is like one of my favorite parts of like build 42. I love these. The guys they hired to put these together are just awesome. Louisville overrun. Pray for us. I love that. Sorry, I've got to laugh at this, right? This is literally a headline about being overrun by a zombie infection, right? And they've still got the pricing at the top. Like, it just makes me laugh. You know what I mean? That like they've bothered to put the pricing on there. Like we're literally in a zombie apocalypse. Like, and it's like, yeah, it's 50 cents. 50 cents. Capitalism doesn't die just because the world does. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Like, what are you gonna do with this money? How can we monetize this catastrophe? Yeah. That's awful. How can we make money off it? Brown sugar. Can I just eat this? I need calories. I'm eating brown sugar with a spoon. Alright, Ratty. Calm down, dude. It's all good. I'm not coming to eat you. Yet. Yeah, well, these are like buffet trays, so anything in there is going to be rotten. The freezers. No. Olive oil. I mean, it's got a lot of calories. We could add this to the roasts, maybe, that we've got. I'm not certain that I just want to drink the whole bottle of olive oil, but we could drink a little bit of it and then maybe try and get rid of the unhappiness. It would mean solving our calorie problems, I think. And we are literally about to go into underweight. Just eating this sugar packet we found in a trash bin. Don't judge me. It's the end of the world. I can do what I like. If I want to eat something out of the trash, I will eat something out of the trash. Don't you judge me. Paperclip. I need one of those. If we find the recipe to craft our own fishing rod, I will need a paperclip. Potentially. So. Is it true there's a Build 42 multiplayer mod? I've seen some rumblings about it. The problem is I don't think it's on the Steam Workshop. Right, I'm drinking some of this olive oil. straight from the bottle. Okay, it's not made us unhappy drinking a quarter. We are still losing weight, though. I've literally just guzzled like 600 calories. And we ate fish, like a bag of chips, which was another 720. I think because, like, at the minute, I'm having to stabilize, probably. Because we've lost so many calories already that, like, I'm having to put quite a few into me. Feature I'm waiting for is NPCs and a reason to survive, reason to play beyond survive. Yeah, this is kind of the. I mean, being 100% honest with you, I don't think you're ever going to have a reason to play other than survive, unless you use mods. The devs have always been pretty like, pretty like certain that they're not planning on adding like ways to escape or cures or anything like that, because the game has been and always will be like a story of how you died. That said, there are mods that do that. There are mods that add more than that. Challenge mods, we've got questing mods now. There are some really, like Lucy was telling me about, like some really cool multiplayer servers that actually add like quest givers and like daily and weekly quests and stuff that you can do. So I don't think you're ever gonna get like a reason to survive past just survival. But what they're trying to do, and some ways successfully, in some ways not, is add more progressionary goals to the experience. That's a big part of like the crafting changes with Build 42, is they want to lengthen the period of time where you have like progressionary goals to reach. Because that's my main problem right now, is at the start of a game, you have all of these goals, right? You have like, oh, go and get a generator, go and learn to operate the generator. We need fuel, we need food, we need freezers, water dispensers, right? You're essentially playing this game of, I have a list of things I want to do and I have to try and get them accomplished to survive. The problem being, once you've done that list, let's say within like 2 or 3 weeks, that's it. You move on, right? And then it becomes like you go down to one goal, which is just survive. Part of the reason they're doing like these big sweeping crafting changes and stuff like that is to try and lengthen that process. But I almost feel like Build 42 is going too far down the timeline. Like a lot of the crafting is stuff like forging and clay construction and masonry and stuff like that, which is great if we're talking like months and years. But there's a gap in my mind between 2 to 3 weeks and then years down the line, you know? I feel like there's a gap in progressionary goals, even with the stuff in Build 42. You get everything done within sort of 2 or 3 weeks, even if you're like not a very experienced player. I feel like by the time you're surviving 2 to 3 weeks, that's probably how long it takes you to prepare. And then for the next like few months at least, you're kind of just fine. Okay, I'm gonna pull these back to the corner because there's a little bit more room for me to maneuver around them back here. I think if I go, maybe if I go here, they'll come through the trees and I can sort of just nip around them on the road. That's my goal. I like the sandbox and making my own goals. However, more challenge modes would be awesome. Yeah, true. Yeah, more challenge modes would be cool. There are great mods for that too. The skyscraper challenge was really fun, as was like spawning in an underground facility. I love the week 1 mod. That was like hilariously janky but fun. Try building a brick house from scratch. You can only build like 3 wall sections with a bucket. Thank you, Cody. You as well, buddy. Thank you for the bits. I hope you have a good day as well. All the best to you. Hope you have a good weekend. Thank you, sir. All right, I think it's off to Irvington then. Irvington is our next best bet, which I believe is up this road. Main goal I use is survive for at least 3 years for my headcanon to tell me that the cure has been found, but the longest I lived is 1 year and 11 months. I can't personally. I struggle to play. I think the longest playthrough I ever did was about 2.5 to 3 months, and then I started a new game. Because I ultimately get bored. I do want to try doing a playthrough soon where we try and survive in like one of the mall buildings. I do want to try doing like a mall survival playthrough. I've been going through like Project Zomboid YouTube and finding like some of these challenges that I haven't done but other people have. Because I'd really like to take a pop at a few of them myself. There was a couple of deer over there. Is my battery dying? I damaged the engine. Yeah, the engine's damaged. Why does it show 56%? But then overall... Oh, that's overall of the vehicle. Yeah, so the engine's been damaged. And so is the battery. Battery needs charging. That's another thing we've got to do then. Go to a mechanic's place. We'll take some parts off of some vehicles. There's deer out there, look. I'm not saying I'm going to have a good chance of killing one, to be honest, because my aiming is probably poop. Oh dear, stop it. Bread, 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 bread. Thank you. Happy Friday to you as well, Hills. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you very much for the sub as well. So I'm going to try using a rifle, and I'm going to take... I think I'm probably going to take the scope off it. Don't know, because, like, how accurate am I? Oh, actually, that's not bad, you know. Maybe we might be able to make this work. That's not terrible. And I am going to attempt to kill this deer. And I'm going to get the target acquired. I'm going to aim. And then I'm going to fire as many rounds downrange as it will let me in a quick space of time. We're going for accuracy by volume. Okay. Does that not have a stock on it? We don't have a stock on it. Is it just folded? It's folded. Remove upgrade. M14 stock folding. Rack. Okay. How do I unfold the stock? There's a wooden stock on this one. Let's take the wooden stock off of this one. You would imagine that a folding stock would probably be less accurate, right, than a wooden one. Yeah, a stock that can be folded or collapsed to reduce space but increases recoil and the time to get on target. Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, amazing. That has narrowed the crosshair just a little bit, I think. Okay, let's give it a try. This is going to be spray and pray because realistically, it's the only way I'm going to actually kill anything. There they are. Let's hope we're not downwind from him. We need to see how close we can get. It's not terrible. I think this is probably about as close as I can get. How much closer do I have to be to narrow the crosshair? Yeah, see this is as narrow as it's gonna get, so I think. Right? Yeah. I'll wait for one to come back into our line of sight here. The last thing I want to do is rush this. All right, here we go. We actually hit it. Okay. This is the first time I've actually successfully attempted a hunt. I have never successfully, like, hit the target when hunting in PZ before. Because it's so difficult on low aim levels. So now we're just following the trail. I use foraging, like, does it? Oh yeah, we're on a farm. There it is! We've done it! Oh my lord. I've actually done it. Okay. How far are we? We're pretty far. I think we put the gun, like we go drop our loot, we come back and we carry it back to the truck. Right? How much weight is this thing? It's got to be heavy, right? Yeah. I'll take it part of the way and then we might have to drop it and come back. We don't have a butcher hook, and the quality of the butcher is probably going to be pretty low. I'm going to be real. At this point in time, food is food, right? Especially meat. We really need calories, so... I actually can't believe that. Just to, like, put the gravity of the situation, you guys here. I have played Build 42 quite consistently since it came out. I've tried hunting a few times now, and like at level 0 firearms, most of the time you just miss, to the point I have never successfully hunted an animal until now. So this is like absolutely huge. Also, I do want to point out, I did actually spam the trigger. I think because we're using a custom firearms mod with like a trigger mode, it didn't like it didn't fire very quickly, basically. Yeah, I can actually access the back now. Oh, that's right. We have a fresh car battery here anyway. Good. Do you have butcher skill? No, it's gonna be pretty poor. But as I said, to be honest, right now we can't. Beggars can't be choosers. We just need some decent food, like calories. You did need something from the back. You just didn't know it. Wait, what was in there that I needed? I've already... My short-term streamer memory. Oh, the battery. Yes. Yeah. Short-term streamer memory. Yeah, we don't need it just yet, but... that is a big one for sure. Okay. We're going to drink a quarter of this. We're going to butcher this deer, and then I think it's time for jump space. Right, that has made us a little bit upset drinking that olive oil, but listen, buddy, you've got to put on some weight, all right? Do we want a knife or a butcher's cleaver? We probably want our butcher's cleaver, which I've left in there because I'm an idiot. One moment. I think we should have a butcher's cleaver in here somewhere. We have a large knife, hunting knife, meat cleaver. Thank you. All right, this is not going to be great quality. We don't have a butcher's hook. Let's see what we get. No, we can't make a butcher's hut because we need some supplies we don't have, and we need some carpentry skill that we don't have. Okay, that did get us a shitload of butchering XP. Because that's only the second thing I butchered in this playthrough, and it leveled us up. Oh, jackpot. Okay, even though it's a poor cut, these venison steaks are worth a decent amount. Like 35 at minimum. That's incredible. Huge come up for us. Huge come up. Get these in the freezer like ASAP. We're gonna be eating good. Well, that should help solve our calorie problems until we maybe find a fishing rod. So that's huge. Steak, now you just need potatoes. Exactly. You get it, you get it. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna wrap up this this episode. So if you're watching this on a YouTube VOD, thank you very much for watching. Just a very quick reminder that all of these VODs are recorded via my Twitch streams. If you want to come by those while we stream live, there is a link down in the description to the Twitch channel. And also all of the mods we use in this playthrough are linked in a handy collection down in the description as well. Thank you, folks, and we will catch you in the next one.